Hello, welcome back to Burying the Sausage with me, Flamingo Amy. This is the podcast for the overwhelmed nearly wed.
And me, Glam by Cam.
Welcome back, everyone. Cam, how were you feeling after recording your first episode last week?
Absolutely swell. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was really, really good. It's really odd because people still don't know that you are my co-host. So I'm getting really, really impatient. I'm like, I need people to know, but I think we've only got maybe 1 or 2 more days before we can reveal, right?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, not too long. Not too long at all.
So I'm just going to say that tomorrow, for people that are listening, you will have seen the photo shoot already. But tomorrow we have our photo shoots. I do feel a little bit nervous because we haven't got a solid plan in place about what is happening. We know that there's going to be the capes, obviously. They're going to be involved in some way. A felt sausage. My felt sausages will be involved, won't they? But also, whilst that is silly and fun, I do want to look slightly glamorous.
Absolutely.
That is us.
Yeah.
We need to exude some glamour at some point. So anyway, everyone will see that soon. I'm very, very excited for people to see it. But Cam, what have you been up to this week? Tell me a bit about your week.
Well, Amy, I've not had a wedding this week, which is very strange. I know. But it has been prom week as well. So I have had a week full of prom girls and it's just been really nice. I've been out for some lovely, I went out to Fakenham the other day with my friend Sarah and we went to a place called the Fat Cow and had some burgers in a field. It was very ethereal. And yeah, just a fab old time. What about you?
Yeah. No, I saw on Instagram, actually, it looked really, really good, the place you went to. I mean, the evenings at the moment, even though it's too hot, and we will come on to that in a moment, we are not going to let the heat escape the conversation here. But the evenings have been absolutely lush, and it does make me think, if anybody's getting married, they are going to have, even though the day is going to be so sweaty, the evenings are going to be perfect.
The weather is becoming very nice right now. I'm loving the breeze. I don't like being too hot. Like we said in episode 1, I just feel like I want to go bury myself in a freezer.
So this week I've had a really exciting, interesting week. On Tuesday I had a wedding. I actually on Friday styled just for wedding guests at the Norfolk Mead, and I don't often do that. That's really rare that I will just do guests. All of the stars have to align. I have to not have a wedding on that day already. They need to contact me not very far in advance because I'm not able to take a booking like that really far in advance. Yeah. And it was just lush, the pressure was off, everyone was lovely, everyone's hair was completely different. The hotel room, it didn't have air conditioning, but it wasn't too bad. And then I've had some prom this week as well, and that's really exciting. I don't do loads of prom, but you seem to do quite a lot of prom, right?
Yeah, we've got quite a lot of schools around my place. So I used to go to Springwood High School in Kings Lynn, and they are hot on it. Whenever it comes round to when the prom gets announced, the mums do not mess around. They are straight on that phone and DMing me, and I'm fully booked the first day. It's been fun. It's been really good. I'm loving it.
We're still in the hellish heat wave of summer. We're in July at the moment as we record this. And I thought it would be a really great opportunity before we get into the main topic this week of crazy proposals and proposals in general. I would like to talk about some tips that we could give our clients for keeping cool, because it is a nightmare for hair and makeup in this weather. So Cam, what kind of advice would you give to clients to keep cool on their wedding morning?
From a makeup standpoint, just do not cover yourself with too much clothing. Do not make yourself overheat. Do not be wearing heavy dressing gowns on your wedding morning. I love the silk ones that they have to keep them nice and cool. Always bring a fan with you as well. You can get them off Amazon, like one of those electric fans. They're great to keep cool. Have your hair up as well. I feel like I'm like the biggest advocate for having my hair up 24/7 now. And if you're wearing makeup as well, you need a good setting spray, good setting powder, nothing too oily as well. We don't want any slip and slide around on your face. And you just need to keep cold.
Okay, I'm going to contradict you on one of those points, I'm afraid, Cam.
Go on.
Those satin dressing gowns are like putting yourself in a boil in a bag and then putting yourself in a microwave.
No.
Literally, I have had clients sweating in them in autumn and winter. Now, what's really annoying about this is that if you want to have everyone, looking the same or feeling like they're on, the same team on the morning, and you want everybody to have one, it is lush and it is cute, and I don't hate them. And actually, if you're wearing your hair down or half up, half down, it's really good because it doesn't fluff the hair up, because it's nice and it's satin, it's not that cotton. But good Lord, they are sweaty as. So what I've started saying to my clients, and I've said on my Instagram, is to wear dressing gowns, but to wear those really light, either linen or cotton ones, like not the big fluffy ones, but because you can breathe a bit more in cotton. Do you know what I mean?
That would make sense. Yeah. I can't say I've ever worn a satin dressing gown either. So
you should try.
But to me,
you should try.
You'd think they would. Yeah, maybe I should try.
So, other things, I'm sure you're going to agree with this, Cam. Don't put hair or makeup in a conservatory unless you want everyone to just die.
Melt.
Because it is just too hot. It's way, way too hot. Your hair will go frizzy, your makeup will just slide off your face. Your hair and makeup artist will probably just maybe pass out. Just think about where is coolest in the house but also has some space. And I know it does get tricky because sometimes the coolest part of the house isn't the part that has the light, and obviously makeup artists like you, Cam, like you need you prefer natural light, right?
I like both. I like a little bit. I do like natural light. I hate it when you go into a venue and there's like not a single window in sight. Oh my God,
I can name them. Let's not name and shame them here.
Let's do it. Let's drag them through the mud.
It is a nightmare. I mean, some some makeup artists like yourself, you come with the lights, don't you? So that's not always a problem. I don't mind working in artificial light. Like, it's not a problem for me necessarily. But so I would also say to clients, just make sure you've got lots of cold drinks. So make sure you've got lots of water, or whatever you want to drink, whether it's Coca-Cola or whatever you want to drink,
or an iced
in
coffee.
A fridge. Yeah, exactly. Get those ice cubes in there. I rarely see a cold drink at a wedding. Don't ask me why. I rarely see one, and I'm like, this is probably the most obvious thing to keep you cool is a cold drink.
And it's always that one bridesmaid going around and saying, "Cup of tea, anyone? Cup of tea?" And I'm like, "Are you mad? Like, no."
Well, I am mad, Cam, because I am one of those weird people. I don't mind a hot drink in the hot weather. Maybe not when it's like above 25, and I'm working. It might be a bit too much. But I was reading an article during the week that actually said that hot drinks can help to cool you down.
I have heard that.
I mean, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I can't remember the science. I think the body kind of like has to work quite hard. I can't remember how it works, but I don't mind. But and I would say make sure you've got fans in the room, but not pointing at the hair, for goodness sake. Please don't point at the hair. And then make sure the curtains are closed at the beginning of the day if the sun is coming through. And if it's really hot outside, then close the windows. I mean, people have probably heard this because this has been on the news so much recently about how to keep cool. So do those things. Also, if you know you've got tasks to do, because sometimes people have to go and set something up or do whatever, do those tasks before 8 a.m. Do it before it gets
Yes.
hot. Don't steam on the day of your wedding. Don't steam any dresses, for goodness sake.
I bet it's awful having a hairdryer in this weather. Having to like dry someone's hair or like straighten somebody's hair. The heat that must come off of that. I could never.
Yeah, it is a nightmare. Sometimes I have to, like, sometimes I have to blow dry product in, and I'm always really apologetic, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. This will be over soon. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I would say really, really have a think also about how many people are in the room, how much moving around you need to do. Just keep it to a minimum, really. I do
Yeah.
remember, you know, I think it was 2022 or 2023 when we had that 40-degree day.
2022.
Yeah, I remember somebody I know had a wedding on that day.
Oh
And
no.
yeah, I mean, grooms in suits and everything, just crazy, crazy stuff. And I said to the person, the makeup artist who was working, I said, what did people do? Like, what was the atmosphere like? And she said, everyone just kept really, really still.
Yeah. I can imagine. I think I'd have had to have cancelled my wedding.
We've talked in the last episode, we blooming hate the heat.
I have one good tip. Keep a setting spray in the fridge.
Oh,
It's such a good idea.
that is an amazing idea. Wow. Okay. Oh, do you know what? Okay, big tip, everyone. Prepare yourselves for this. I've been telling all my clients about this, and they're like, this is genius. You can put a hot water bottle, obviously it's not hot, fill it full of water like you normally would do, and put it in the fridge or put it in the freezer. And I usually put that like on my feet at night, but you could easily have that during the day and either just wrap it in a towel and have it on your lap, or just like occasionally hug it or put your hands on it or put your feet on it. And I reckon on a really hot day, that would work really well. Let's move into today's topic, which is proposals.
Yes.
And this was inspired when I initially saw that proposal on the top of the Empire State Building. And I said to you, Cam, didn't I? Okay, this is some crazy proposal stuff. So I did a bit of reading about it before we came on, and I just wanted to chat about it. And then I want us to talk about some other proposals, and some people have written in and told me some really funny stories about their proposals, which I hope you're excited to hear.
Yes, absolutely. Fire away.
Okay, so Empire State Building proposal. By the time this goes out, this is probably going to go out in like maybe early August. This is going to be old news. You may even be like, I don't even remember that. And I'm sorry if we are slightly behind here. But I thought it was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So I was just reading before I came on that they are a couple, girlfriend and boyfriend, who basically do this thing called roof-topping. So it's where they climb up skyscrapers and tall buildings, and then they, for example, when they did the Empire State Building, they had a flag, and it's usually like politically, kind of motivated usually. And apparently they have a documentary on Netflix called, I've not seen it, Skywalkers, A Love Story. So
Yeah.
I think they're quite like famous. I think I've got like YouTube videos and things like that. So they did get arrested. I was reading through their charges. They're literally, I think they were charged with like something low. It was like 10 things. And one of the things they were charged with that did make me laugh was criminal mischief. I thought, oh, that doesn't sound very serious, does it? I mean, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. But, I've been charged with mischief. So anyway, so they climbed up to the top. They put a big banner at the top. The poster said, when the power of love beats the love of power, the world knows peace. And then they came down off of the kind of the very top, like the pinnacle, and then he proposed to her, and I mean, yeah, super dramatic. How do you feel about heights, Cam?
I love heights. I'm not too bad. It depends. What are we talking about? A plane or a roller coaster?
Well, I mean, like the Empire State Building, like if you're looking over the edge of something.
Oh, my stomach will probably turn, but I would like to do it. But I don't know if I could stand on top of the Empire State Building like they did.
No, well, it was illegal. They've been charged with like criminal damage and burglary or something like that. Like they weren't supposed to be up there.
What about you?
I'm all right. My husband's, oh my goodness, he tried to cure himself of his fear of heights. And do you know how he did this?
Tell me.
A parachute jump.
Oh my god, that's a bit extreme.
And it didn't cure him.
Oh, did it make it worse?
It remained exactly the same. He did the one, it's called a static line jump. So it's not when you're in tandem with someone. It's not when you're attached to someone. So for a static line, you have to sit on the edge of a plane. Like you have to sit at the door and your legs have to dangle underneath. And then you have to kind of sit at the side like this. And then you have to push yourself like out of the plane. And so, yeah, it's quite terrifying, but it didn't cure him. He absolutely hates it. So me proposing to him or vice versa, any proposal between us at height would not be, it wouldn't be our first choice.
No, not in a hot air balloon.
No way. There's no way I would do that.
No. Oh, never mind.
Would you do it?
What, hot air balloon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing it next month.
Next month? Where is this?
So I'm thinking about, I have like a week off in August and haven't booked anywhere yet, but I'm thinking about going to Cappadocia in Turkey, where it's like in the middle of the Turkish desert. I don't know if that's a thing, but there's a place called Cappadocia it's a town made out of caves, and every morning at like sunrise, about 150 hot air balloons rise into the sky, and I want to do that.
Wow, it looks amazing. I have seen it. One of my friends, she's a photographer, she got married there. She got married when all of the hot air balloons were coming up behind them. I think it was there. If she is listening, I'm sorry, Camilla, if I got your place of your wedding wrong. But it sounds like the same place because it was really deserty and there were like lots of like rocks and
yeah.
Amazing.
I know
It's
there's
so
a place
exciting.
in Morocco which is a bit like it, but I think Cappadocia is like really famous for it.
Oh, amazing. Well, make sure you get some good content.
You know I will.
I saw this particular reel that went kind of semi-viral. I think it's been seen, I don't know how many times, maybe 100,000 times. It's not super viral, but it was reasonably viral. I'm going to explain to you in a moment what it was so that everybody knows what we're talking about. And I forwarded it to Cam, and all I said to you, Cam, wasn't it? I've got opinions on this.
Yeah, same.
We've both got opinions on it. So I'm just going to explain what it is and what it was. And then we've not talked about this because when I send Cam stuff, I'm like, Cam, let's not talk about this now. Let's talk about it on the podcast. So what the reel is you see a bride, a really gorgeous bride. She looks absolutely stunning, and she's got her bridal bouquet in her hand, and she's about to do the bridal throw, with the toss with the flowers. So, and instead of doing that, she sort of looks behind her, I think, and then she comes back towards the camera and she swaps her bridal bouquet for a bunch of flowers, like as you would just give for a gift.
Yeah.
And she turns around towards all the people waiting behind her, and she walks over to this particular woman and she hands her the bunch of flowers. And the woman's like, oh, why are you doing this? And why have you not tossed your bouquet? She didn't say that, but she looked like she was thinking that. And then the woman who was handed the bouquet turned round, and her other half was down on one knee to propose to her. So it was an engagement at a wedding. And Cam is cringing. If you're watching right now, Cam is visibly squirming. Anyway, she looked really happy. The bride looked really happy. Everyone was really happy in this video, but it went off in the comments, and I'm not surprised because we have got things to say. So Cam, tell me, when you saw this reel, talk me through your feelings.
First of all, no. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be proposing at someone else's wedding. No, sorry, no, it shouldn't be done. No. And I'm judging you hard. I'm sorry. You shouldn't do it.
And people in the comments judged her hard. And because I'm strange, I printed out some some of the comments so I could read them out now, because I don't have access to my phone whilst we're recording this, so that's what I've done. But, okay, so one of the points that I'm sure you'll agree with is that if the bride was fine with that, the bride and groom, or if the couple, I didn't see a groom, it may have been another bride, I don't know. If the couple were happy for that to happen, then that is fine. But personally, I'd be embarrassed. I would be like, I'm sorry, but what are you doing? This is not our time to shine. This is not our time. Now, everyone this evening is going to be talking to me about my engagement. They are not going to be out there celebrating the marriage, of this couple who have very generously invited us to this event.
But there is no really any consideration for the bride who is being proposed to. Because what's going on in her mind? She's like in two minds thinking, oh my God, what is happening? Like, my man is down on one knee. But in another head, she's probably thinking, oh my God, what's the bride thinking? Like, is she okay with this? Is she not? I don't know. And I think it puts you in such a difficult spot, which I'm like, I think there's another time and a place for it. Like, there's 365 days in a year. Why have you chosen that one day of that one person's wedding to do that?
Yeah.
Like, you've not had to pay for a single thing, presumably, of like any of the decor, the venue, or anything like that. Put some effort into it. Take it to a nice restaurant, like to a nice hotel. Splurge a little bit, make it special. I mean, you don't even have to do that. You can take it to a beach, and for free, and just do it there by yourselves. But do not be doing it off the back of somebody else's expense and their their day. You shouldn't be doing that. Anyway.
I agree. No, I agree. I was fuming actually when I saw it. And do you know what? There were some really supportive comments in there as well. People were saying, oh, look how generous that bride is for, sharing her day. Isn't this amazing that they can both celebrate together? And that is really, really lovely. And, I'm happy that there was some positive comments in there for them. I'm just going to read out this comment because I think this basically sums it up. This is somebody put, I would be disappointed. It would be an incredibly awkward social situation for myself. I would feel like I'm imposing on someone else's day, even if they were okay with it. And maybe I'm not okay with sharing my engagement day with somebody else's wedding, especially because I would feel pressured to downplay my engagement so the bride could continue her celebration she paid so much money for. It would be like a wedding engagement party, and that's not fair as a guest who didn't pay money for the party. I would assume my future partner had zero imagination. For myself particularly, this would be a nightmare.
I think I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
But...
And another comment that actually I was really interested in is somebody was going, oh, this has been done so many times before. And I'm like, has it? Have you seen that happen before?
But yeah, I've seen it happen a few times online.
Have you?
And can I also say, I have witnessed it firsthand.
Have you? And how did everyone... I mean, I don't know, obviously you may not want to say very much, but how did everyone feel?
And I'll tell you who it is.
Oh.
It was my dad to my mum.
No way.
Yes.
And how did she feel about it?
Well, they were already married, but this was a vow renewal. This was in 2010 in Venice at my mum's best friend's wedding, and we went out for dinner at the reception, and all of the guests. I think there was about 20 or 30 of us, maybe, at this wedding in Venice in Italy. And we were walking through San Marco Square, the main square in Venice, which is just beautiful. It was about 11 o'clock at night, presumably 10 or 11. It was really dark, but all of the lights were lit up. It was gorgeous. The whole wedding party were just walking back to our hotel. And then all of a sudden, the bride, my mum's best friend, had orchestrated it with my dad to get everybody into a circle and he'd get down on one knee and propose to my mum. And I was I was probably about 15 at the time, so I probably didn't have that many opinions on it back in the day. But now I look back on it, I'm like, what the hell? Why would you do that? Um,
Yeah, what a time. I mean, Venice, obviously, stunning, stunning.
yeah,
But I'm sure there could maybe have been another moment, like,
we were
you
there
know,
for like a
either
week.
before the wedding or after the wedding.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we were there for like a week. He could have done it any time then.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, no offense to him, it hasn't gone that well. They're divorced, but
Sorry, Cam, I didn't mean to laugh, but
please do. It's fine. So kind of give you an idea of like how it went down in the end. But
yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
just weren't great. And the fact that it wasn't even for like an actual like marriage. Like it weren't
Mm.
like the first time. They've already been married. They got married when I think like while my mum was pregnant with me back in 1996,
Hmm.
and yeah, and then they wanted to renew their vows, and my dad just decided to ask at that time out of I don't know. That was just give me the ick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think that another comment actually on there that relates to that was saying that, sorry, I'm just going to go through this.
you go for it.
Oh, maybe I didn't write it down. Okay, but somebody basically said in the comments, you would need to be damn sure that the person that you are proposing to would
Yeah.
be happy to be
Oh,
proposed to at somebody else's wedding. And if you've discussed it in advance, like you've had a chat months or years prior, and maybe that's come up and they're like, oh yeah, no, I suppose I wouldn't mind,
yeah.
then that's fine. But I think you have to be really, really, really sure
Yeah.
that they would be happy to share that moment with everybody else at another wedding.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be really super negative about it, but equally, I think that, yeah, that it needs a bit more thought, really, doesn't it?
I can't think of like anyone, like any bride, being asked by their fiance or soon to be like fiance if they would be happy to do it at a wedding. Like I can't imagine like any bride being happy to be asked where they would like to be proposed to and they give an answer at somebody else's wedding. Like I don't think I've
Yeah,
ever heard anybody say that. So
no. If
like
anybody listening was proposed to at somebody else's wedding and literally everybody was fine with it, then let us know. Yeah, but
yeah,
I don't want to be like, I don't want to be negative, but I just, if there's anybody listening that is planning on proposing, my advice to you would be that's probably not the place. Let us use our brains a little.
yeah,
Anyway, now that we've
absolutely.
discussed that, anyway, let us know on Instagram, on TikTok. Let us know in the comments on Spotify or iTunes, wherever you see this. Let us know what you think about this because let's chat about it. So I wanted to just very quickly talk about my proposal, just because
Oh my god.
I would love to know if when you have a male and female couple, I would love to know if there are any other females that have proposed to their other halves, because I have spoken to very, very few, maybe no one, where the woman has proposed to the man. Have you had any clients where that's happened, Cam?
No, I don't think so. Not that I know of. I
No.
haven't. I mean, I ask a lot of my brides like what their engagement stories were, and I don't know if I don't know. I haven't like got any on the top of my head that any of my brides have proposed. I don't know why, but it just reminds me of Monica and Chandler from Friends, where Monica gets down on one knee, and proposes to Chandler in a room full of candles, and then she's too scared to do it, so Chandler has to do it instead.
Oh.
But what was your story? Like, what happened? I don't think I've heard of it.
I'm sorry that I don't know about Friends. I've only ever seen like a couple of Friends episodes, so people always have to explain Friends references to me. And I am really sorry. I'm sorry. I know this is really
Cancel
offensive.
her. Cancel her.
Or maybe we need to have a Friends marathon or something, Cam, so you can catch me
Fine.
up.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, so I'll just very quickly tell my story about this, and then I'm going to read out some stories from other people because there were some really fun and very funny. Be prepared, Cam. Stories that have come in. I proposed to my husband when we'd only been together for 13 months.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So but I knew, I
Yeah.
just knew that it was the right thing to do. So I was quite young, honestly.
How
Anybody
long ago
listening
was
who
this?
is, I was 21 or 22 when I proposed to him.
Aw.
Yeah, it's very young. It's when I look at a 21 or 22-year-old now, I'm like, wow, I don't know whether I was grown up enough to be making decisions like that, but I'm still married. We've been married for 17 years this year, so do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, it was fine.
Yeah.
But just to give everyone some context, and I don't know how much of this you know, Cam, but my husband, or my boyfriend at the time, he lived in Belfast in Northern Ireland, and I lived here in Norwich. And
Ah.
so I met him at the Hemsby Rock and Roll Weekender. I know.
Wow.
So it's just kind of a big weekender where loads of like rock and roll bands come, and you all stay at the holiday park, and you're just basically pretty much drunk for 72 hours, and you party and you dance, and it's loads of fun. And he'd come over from Northern Ireland to go to it. They're really popular, those weekenders. People sometimes, and especially the bands, they come from all over the world.
Yeah.
So it's really popular. And I'd met him there. I can't remember where I was going. Anyway, we lived apart. I lived in Norwich, he lived in Northern Ireland. And I went to the student union bar one day because I was at art school at the time. And I said to my friend Maddie, I think I'm going to propose to Paul. And she was like, and I remember the moment
think
I
I lost
told
you.
her, like she was there in the bar. And I was like, I need to get him a ring. And I was a student, so obviously I didn't really have a lot of money. So
Yeah.
I ended up going to Heinz in the mall, and I just said to them, look, I just need any ring, anything that's silver in colour. It could be really cheap because it's just symbolic, it's not the actual ring.
Yeah.
So she showed me some rings, and she showed me this one that was titanium, and it was £30. I remember this very distinctly.
A big spender. Make it rain.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm so generous. And so I got it, and I didn't know his ring size. And I thought, like, how could I find his ring size? And I thought, you get those ring size measurers, when they've got like all of the different sizes on there that you can, test what ring size you are. I thought maybe the next time I'm over there, whilst she's asleep, and this is so creepy, I could put one of the ring measurers onto his finger and just see what it was. But the problem is that Paul's a very, very light sleeper. And can you imagine, you wake up in the night and you've got this ring measurer with all of these things attached to your hands?
You'd be like, what the hell?
I know.
You should have got a
then
cable tie instead.
It would have given the game away. So I
Yeah.
thought, right, if it doesn't fit him, it's symbolic. He can wear it on a necklace. Do you know what I mean? Whatever. So we had plans to go to Galway City, as Ed Sheeran famously sung about. Maybe it was just the county of Galway, who knows? I don't know the song. And we were going on a trip, but his friend Jenny was coming over from America, and we were all going to just travel over there, have a great time. We were going to stay in a youth hostel, do whatever. And I didn't want to tell Jenny because I didn't want her to feel like she was in the way, which she absolutely wasn't at all.
Okay.
So the whole holiday I was tense. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I need a time. When is Jenny going to just go shopping? Or do you know what I mean? Like, when is there going to be an opportunity?
Yeah.
So one night we went to the pub. She found someone that she quite liked, and she went away with him.
Go on, Jenny.
I know. I was like, bye, have a nice time.
Get your coat, it's cold.
And so we were in this youth hostel room that was just like us. Do you know what I mean? Like there was loads of bunk beds, so it was just like us.
Yeah.
It wasn't kind of like, an audience in a youth hostel with other people. And me and Paul went back. And we were just chatting about the future, and the opportunity came up, and I can't remember what I said because, I mean, it's 20 years ago this year. And I said something like, "Oh, so I was just wondering then, you know, like if you'd want to marry me." And I kind of went into my handbag and I got out the little ring, and we're kind of lying in the dark. And Paul is very, very chatty man, you know, and he was just absolutely just, you know, speechless. He was so happy. He was so happy.
Did he say
and
yes?
The funny thing about it, Cam, is that, you know, I was saying I didn't get this ring measured. He went to go and try and put it on, and he's like, he's forcing it over his knuckle, and he's going, it fits. And he's like trying to push it over his knuckle. And I was like, stop it, Paul, it's titanium. If it gets stuck on your wrist, your wrist, God, don't put it on your wrist.
On your
finger, you're going to have your finger taken off, probably. I mean, don't force it. But he was overjoyed. No. He was thrilled to tell everyone. You know, he didn't feel like, you know, he didn't feel embarrassed because I'd asked him. He was like absolutely thrilled. So
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's the story.
So what year did you get married? Which year did you get married?
2009.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
cute.
A long time ago. Yeah, September 11th, 2009. And for the last couple of years, and actually, I think this year, I've had weddings. I've actually done weddings on my wedding anniversary, which is really cute.
That's really nice, isn't it, to be in the wedding industry?
Yeah, it's really
still be
nice.
Able to celebrate.
So, Cam, if you were going to be proposed to, what would be your ideal proposal?
Oh, well, I know they're just queuing up to do it anyway, but
like I said, this is a platform to get you a lovely man.
Yeah, exactly. This is like a quick fire speed date. How would I like to be proposed to? Oh, I don't know. I don't think I'd want it in front of everybody, but I'd want it to be somewhere like really scenic, and probably not in the UK. It would have to be on like in a different country. Like I love like very unique places, like, you know, with like beautiful backgrounds. At the moment, I have been following this person on Instagram or something, or actually, I think it's like on Facebook Reels or something, and it's called Banff Photography. So this photographer in Banff in Canada, he goes around like the lake in Banff, and it's like a very like really scenic place with like all the mountains in the background. It's in like their park or whatever it is, and the part, I think like the groom to be, he books the photographer and surprises the like usually the bride or whoever their spouse is, and he'll go up to the photographer and say, "Oh, I don't suppose you can just take a picture with my phone," and like in front of like the mountains and the lake. And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And then the guy gets down on one knee, and then the photographer gets his normal camera out and gets all the shots really quickly. And I'm like, that's probably what I'd want. Is that somewhere like that?
I like you, Cam. We've talked about this before. I love good scenery. Like all of my holidays are based around scenery.
Oh, I love that.
Okay, let's tell some stories. I asked on Instagram, people to share their proposal stories. I'm really sorry to anybody who wrote in if we don't get a chance to read yours out. At the moment, we're still trying to get to grips with how long it takes to record an episode, and we might end up overrunning, so I'm so sorry if we don't get to read yours out. But I've got two really funny stories. The first one's from my friend Selene, and I'm so sorry, Selene, if you're listening to this, because I didn't print it out, and so I'm trying to remember your story from memory. But they went away, I think they were in France, they were away somewhere, and her other half, they'd gone out, and he ended up being really, really drunk. And then when he got back to the hotel room, he fell over and hit his head on something, like on the corner of the bath. Yeah, it was like quite dramatic. No. And my friend was obviously really concerned, and she said she didn't sleep a wink that night because she thought that what if he was concussed? What if he didn't wake up again? And I said to her, I would feel exactly the same as that. And so just for a little bit of context, her other half's lucky number is 7. The next day was like, oh God, I'm sorry, Selene, the 17th of the 7th, 17. There were loads of 7s in the date. I'm so sorry, this is not written in front of me. And so the next day he woke up and apparently he was right as rain. Like he wasn't hungover, he wasn't concussed. And then he proposed that day. But I mean, maybe he was concussed, who knows? He might have had a bit of concussion, but it didn't stop him. It didn't stop the proposal. But yeah, apparently she was like, he had to do it that day because it's his lucky number and there were all the 7s in the, in the date.
That's so cute. I love that. I love that you tell them like your friend's proposal as well. And my best friend just got proposed to and they've just got engaged as well. My best friend Mary, and very, very happy for them. So
amazing. Oh, congratulations, Mary.
Yeah, we're now planning the wedding, which is great. So just a shout out to her. Oh, and Gary, her partner as well. There's 2.
I know, we always forget about the other one.
I know. The one that actually put all the effort in and actually proposed.
Oh, it's amazing. And the next story that I have is from, and she's given me permission to use her name. Prepare yourself for this, Cam.
Okay.
It's Brandy, who I work with. And when she saw that I was looking for stories, she sent me a voice note. So I am also doing this from memory. And I did say to Brandy, I'm so sorry if I get your story wrong because I'm doing it from memory. So they had gone away somewhere. They were, I think they were also somewhere in France. And they had gone out on a boating lake on one of those, those paddle boats? What are they called?
Oh, like a pedalo?
Yes. Yeah. They'd gone out on one of those. They were in a lake. It was a gorgeous day. She was in a swimming costume because, they were, I imagine they'd maybe planned on going swimming or whatever. And she was desperate for a wee. Like, she was absolutely desperate. And she was like, there are other people around. I can't just do a wee over the side of the pedalo. It's going to be really indecent. And she was absolutely desperate. And she's like, the only thing I can do is, there was a hole in the bottom of the boat. Like in a lot of boats, there's holes, obviously, to let the water back out again. Yeah. And she's like, the only thing I can do is do a wee through this hole in the boat.
Oh my God.
So she said, there's her, because there are people, not very near, I imagine, but there are people around, and there's her, I imagine, trying to like adjust herself so that she can do this wee through this hole on this boat. And then as she'd just finished, her other half turned to her and proposed to her as she was like just finishing doing a wee through a hole in the pedalo.
Oh my God.
She said there was so much going on. She was trying to adjust her swimming costume. She was trying to acknowledge and take in the moment of being proposed to. She's trying not to flash people that are like peddling around them. And I just thought that was a very dramatic and hilarious proposal.
I'd have been like, I'm jumping overboard. I'm jumping ship out of this. No, bye. Be embarrassed. Oh, bless her.
Only after you'd adjusted your swimming trunks, I would need to have some dignity before I threw myself overboard.
I just don't think there's even time to even think. I'd be like, see ya, bye, splash. Wow. I
need to ask her more questions about this, because I'm like, he knew what she was doing. Like, he could see that she was doing a wee.
I think we need to get her on the pod. I think she sounds like an absolute laugh riot.
She is. Yeah, Brandy's very, very funny. And I love the way she tells the story. And I almost wish that it was possible for me to play her voice note here now. Maybe I'll try and figure out how to do that in future for if anybody wants to send us a voice note. But yeah, very, very funny.
Yeah, guys, let us know if you want to hear it. But
yeah, and hear it directly from her, because she's probably listening going, that didn't happen, Amy, you've just made that up. And I did say to Brandy, this is the thing, that I need things written down, otherwise I just can't I can't remember. Please, if you have anything to tell us, if you have any story you would like to be read out about anything, I and Cam, we both love to hear it.
We would, indeed. Oh, that's just been great. I love that.
Okay, guys, it is time. It is now that time where we bury the sausage. Are you ready, Cam?
I am ready as I'll ever be, Amy.
Well, this part of the show is still very new. We are still on episode 2. We still haven't created a very, this is still very loose, this ritual. So at this part of the show, this is where I like to get a felt sausage and symbolically bury it for a couple. And the couple this week are Paige and George, who are getting married on the 1st of August at Cly Windmill.
Oh.
Paige, gonna say this to you right now. This is a disclaimer. I cannot be held responsible for the wedding on your wedding day. We're gonna try our best, and Cam is going to say some words as well now. He also cannot be held responsible. So if I turn up on your wedding day and the weather is not great, please don't leave this in my Google review, okay?
No, don't leave it in mine either.
Right, it's time to don the cloaks, Cam. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
This was slightly chaotic last week, and it shall be this week also.
I know. I'm loving it.
Right.
I've been wearing it more around the house, actually. I've been doing the cooking, the cleaning in it. I've been going to sleep in it. Sleeping upside down.
Going to sleep in it.
Yeah, I know. I look like a vampire with it on. I don't know. No, I'm joking. I am joking. You know me. I'm not serious. Oh my god, I don't know how to wear it.
So I think we're going to be wearing these cloaks for our photo shoot, and I'm extremely excited to flounce around in it, if I'm honest with you.
I know, same. I feel like a student at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
I feel like Snape. Okay.
Right.
So I have a few words. I'm going to put this down. Are you ready?
Right, okay, let us get the cauldron. So, as I said in last episode, I couldn't get hold of an actual cauldron because it's not Halloween. So I had to make do with a cauldron planter from a gardening eBay shop. It looks like a cauldron. It has a handle like a cauldron. If you're not watching right now, I suggest you get on Spotify or wherever, or YouTube, and you watch this beautiful ritual.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Paige and George, I am symbolically burying the sausage. Cam is going to say some words afterwards. Here it goes. It's being buried. And just for good luck, I'm going to be sprinkling some bay leaves on top. I'm not exactly sure of the magical properties of these bay leaves. No. I think I do need to put them in a more beautiful container.
I think so.
Because right now, this is really ruining the mystique. Okay, let us pour in some bay leaves on top of the sausage.
Gorgeous. Love it.
Tam, please say some words.
Okay, here we go. Dear Paige and George, here's our decree. May sunshine arrive for your big I do spree. We've buried the sausage, done all we can. Now the weather's officially out of our hands.
Wow, that's beautiful, Cam. That's beautiful. I'm actually going to clap.
Thank you. I know. I'm great.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway,
congratulations,
Paige and George. Yeah, we wish you a wonderful wedding day that is full of sunshine, but not a heat wave. Not a heat wave.
Not a heat wave at all.
No.
We're praying to the sausage gods.
Prepare that.
Yeah.
Because last time you freestyled like a rapper.
Did I? Which one was better?
I'd love to know. That was beautiful. I thought they were both great, but I was really impressed last week when you just whipped out that rhyme. It was amazing.
Okay, let's see if I can get one off my head.
Okay, let's go.
I don't know.
Paige and George doesn't rhyme with lots of things, I suppose.
No, for the wedding of Paige and George, may the weather be as bright as it would at Cheddar Gorge.
When you said Paige and George, the only word I could think of that rhymed with George was gorge as well. I can't believe. No, wait. Paige and George. No, not Paige and Gorge. No, this is the wrong person.
We've rebranded them.
Gorge, like gorgeous. You know when people say, "Oh, you're looking gorge."
Okay, let's restart again. Okay,
let's restart.
For the wedding of Paige and George, may the weather and skies be just as gorge.
Yes.
How's that?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, that's all I've got.
Anyway, Cam, I feel like that is the end of the show now. Yeah. We have buried the sausage, we have sprinkled the bay leaves, we have donned our cloaks. And yeah, I think we're done, and I will see you tomorrow for a photo shoot. I'm very excited.
I can't wait. Oh my god, it's going to be so fun.
I think it's going to be high energy, chaotic, potentially funny. It will be funny.
Of course it'll be funny.
I'm nervous, but I'm really excited. It's going to be good.
It will. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks everyone for listening. Make sure you go and follow us on TikTok and Instagram, Burying the Sausage Pod. Make sure you follow and subscribe on wherever you are listening to this, because that helps us in the algorithm.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll see you again next week. See you later. Bye.
See you later, guys. Bye.